Hey guys, so lately I've been playing online seasons and what I've noticed is that defending is very hard on FIFA 23. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing the goals that I've scored or conceded and then point out the mistakes that have been made in the passages of play. So without further ado, let's look at the first goal. So this goal started from a short corner that I didn't close down because I thought he was gonna cross it into the box. That's one mistake. Another is that I had problems switching player around, therefore giving Neymar time and space. Then you can see I made an interception and then lost the ball right after that. It was rather unfortunate because I was trying to pass to this guy instead of this guy. Nevertheless, it was a bad choice. I could have passed here, or even dribbled to go through here, rather than just passing to the guy that had two defenders covering him. Then another mistake happens right here when I switch to the wrong player. I should have switched to this guy to cover Mbappe behind him. But still I think it was unlucky that that happened and we conceded a goal. I could have controlled Van Dijk to close down Messi, but I gave up at that point. So that was his first goal, and not long after that he scored again, so let's look at his second goal. The first mistake I made dates back to the middle of the park here where I pushed my right back forward, therefore leaving my back four with three defenders. Then I made another mistake here by committing my centre back to the pass where I never gonna get to. This made the defense have to take more time to regroup and reform their defensive shape. I actually won the ball here, but I made the bad choice of going forward rather than just passing to the left back. Anyways, I think it's unlucky because I intended to pass on the first touch, but he got the goal nonetheless. It's 2-0. Then I scored pretty much immediately, so let's look at the goal. Similar to the goal he scored, the mistake was pushing the fullback forward. He then took control of the centre back and now he had two choices. He could go aggressive and win the ball from the attacker that was not in complete control of the ball, or pull back to cover the winger's run. Seemed like he wasn't aggressive enough with option 1. So the through ball's been played and he was unlucky to not win it from there. Then he was too occupied with manually defending from the wing. He'd better use second man press and use this defender or this midfielder to cover the passing lane. It became 2-1 at the end of the half. I then scored an equalizer later in the second half, so let's look at my second goal. He did apply pressure higher up the pitch and not win the ball, but his first mistake was here. He made a bad choice by committing the defender to win the ball. If we pause, we can see why. There were plenty of space for Gakpo to run into, so to try and win the ball is very risky. So even if you don't see this run in behind, you should still pull back to maintain the defensive shape. Then he was kinda late to get a hold of the centre back, but I guess it was lag. Then afterwards it was, to be honest, unlucky, but he could have controlled the defender to cover the central area, instead of, doing what he did there. And then my opponent scored a goal to restore their lead, so let's look at how he scored the goal. Again, I pushed my fullback up for no reason, which opened the space for the through ball to be made. Then it was unlucky that that through ball just went through everyone. But right here is what I could have fixed. I tackled in way too soon as I wasn't composed enough. So fair play to my opponent as he took the lead again. But I did not give up and scored an equalizer again. Have a look. You can see here that he lost the ball by doing too many ping pong passes. Now there's a mistake that we can clearly see. His defender is flat on the ground. Now you take a look closely, it's telegraphed that I was gonna pass on to the wing. So he was a bit late to switch to the fullback. It was unlucky that I scored on the rebound. But if we run it back, he could have prevented the cross. To be honest, he had many options. He could simply close in with this guy, or optimally move this guy forward. The striker would become offside, and the passing lane to Salah would be blocked as well. I scored another goal to take the lead, so let's look at that.
Will the owner of the red car obstructing the main entrance please remove the car as soon as possible? Thank you.
There were plenty of mistakes that have been made, but I guess he was lagging. I know this because look at his player here. He just went away and then he just never switched players, so I'm not gonna rectify any of his mistake here because he was lagging. But I did score another goal to complete the comeback, so let's look at that. I would say this goal is FIFA in a nutshell. Nevertheless, he made a mistake there. I think that animation couldn't be automatically triggered there. Then again, another uncomposed standing tackle. Then I think there should be one midfielder pressuring Gakpo there. And in this situation, I think the choice of the player he switched to was wrong. He should have controlled any of the central midfielder for them to cover the space, which is potentially dangerous. But I'll give it to him that it was unlucky to not win the ball and unlucky that this was a goal.